Let me just fix something. Namaste, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's Tuesday the 9th and Wednesday the 10th of April. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia. It is Tuesday the 9th of April here at exactly 6:13 p.m. So I trust that you're feeling good. I can't stay for long, so I'm forced not to talk much today, because I've got to go to band rehearsal. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These have been combined to make a 110 card deck. So I'll be using this deck to look for the best card for Tuesday, the best card for Wednesday, and then the best card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. And I trust that, well, first of all, I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. And I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right, what resonates, and let the rest go. You going to say hello, Puss? Hello. I can't really move my camera. It's a bit heavy for my stand. She wants to get off me. There you go. So just take on board what feels right, let the rest go if it doesn't resonate, and let's see what happens. Let's allow ourselves to be surprised. So I'm going to start by looking for the best card for Tuesday the 9th of April. So Tuesday the 9th, and if it's not quite Tuesday for you yet, you can think of this as guidance in advance. So Tuesday the 9th of April, what do we need to know? It's a bit of a moving, lethargic kind of day. It's been here for me anyway. I've been just plodding along. Well, we'll see what comes up. So, I've got cat hair now all over me. Tuesday the 9th of April, let's see, it's a Speed of Light Oracle card, and it's the jellyfish. We haven't had the jellyfish for quite a while. It's card 55, and it says vulnerable, flow, sensitive, and protection. There's a vulnerable sort of feeling with the jellyfish when it comes up. I think of the jellyfish as quite a vulnerable, sensitive creature. As it moves through the and just flows with the currents in the oceans, in the waters. So that's probably a lot like how a lot of us are feeling right now, especially on Tuesday. It's a little bit sensitive, a little bit vulnerable, maybe a little bit overprotective, and really being encouraged to move with that energy and keep flowing with it. So the only time that I've found, anyway, that we get stuck or stagnant is when we're not listening to how we feel. So as soon as we don't listen to how we feel and be really honest with ourselves about that feeling, as soon as we try and push that feeling aside or suppress it or ignore it, then we become stuck or stagnant because we're not listening to it. So it still sits in our space and it just sits to the side, or we bury it down inside and it just waits there. So we become very stuck. So the best way to move stuck energy is to feel and to not be afraid of what we are feeling. Now, if we've been burying emotion or putting it aside for a while, it's going to be scary, the idea of facing that emotion, because it sort of feels big and it feels scary perhaps. But if we can find the courage to look at it, we might find that that emotion's not as big and as loud and as daunting as we might think. So I've personally found it really, really helpful to trust what I feel and listen to my feelings to help the energy keep moving. So what we're being encouraged to do on Tuesday is listen to our sensitivity, find courage to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of strength to let ourselves be vulnerable. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's a beautiful thing to do. When we observe or when we are in a vulnerable state, it's just beautiful. There's something beautiful about that rawness and that vulnerability. I find it like a raw beauty, and I find it really touching and beautiful. So let's not be afraid on Tuesday to let ourselves feel vulnerable and raw and fragile and sensitive. Let's not be afraid of listening to how we feel so we can get back into that flow of our life and where at that current, the sea current, the ocean currents are wanting to take us. So we can trust that the currents will always take us where we need to be. They always will. So even though there's an unknown element, we can trust in the movement of our ocean currents. We can trust in the rhythm of our life and the flow of our life. To get on board that current, the key is to hear and listen to and acknowledge what we're feeling. So emotions just want to be in motion. They are moving energies, and emotion, expression, they're all great ways to get the energy moving and keep it moving so we don't get stuck in a certain feeling that we want to avoid, that we're trying to avoid. So I trust that makes sense for your Tuesday. Okay, let's now look for the best card for Wednesday, the 10th of April. So Wednesday the 10th, can you see me shuffling here? I like to try and shuffle in shot, but I've got to pay attention because it's hidden behind the comments, but it's all good. So let's see and trust that the best card for Wednesday will find its way to the top. So let's just trust, go with the flow and go with this card. It's an Animal Kingdom and it's this. It's a featured card, it's a featured timing card, and it has further instructions up here which say to take the second card from the top. Now this is a Speed of Light Oracle. And it's this. It's projection. So these two have come up together for a reason for Wednesday. So let's look at them individually and then we'll look at their relationship together. So this is a featured timing card. The Animal Kingdom Oracle cards have 4 timing cards: the solar cycle, lunar cycle, seasonal cycle, and stellar cycle. So this particular timing card talks about the 1 month lunar cycle. So this is talking about something important on Wednesday revolving around or connected to a 1 month cycle. So from the 10th of April, we could say, till around the 10th of May, that there's something important for us that we may be exploring perhaps on Wednesday, or have a month plan or a month something that's going on. I don't know, that will be personal for you. But it's most likely connected with this. And this is card 15. It says projection. And its keywords say vision, focus, concentration, and chaos. So this is really encouraging us to stay focused and attentive to what we're doing. Especially if there's a type of storm or chaos or drama that's unfolding around us at this time. Welcome all new people to my videos. I don't actually do personal requests for guidance, but welcome. I know that only new people would ask that, so I trust that you hear something that resonates with you and supports you at this time, but this is guidance for everybody. So on Wednesday, yeah, this is about staying focused, holding within the eye of the storm, staying focused on the task at hand rather than allowing ourselves to procrastinate or be distracted by other silly things, shiny trinkets and stray thoughts, you know, the types of things we get distracted by. So this is very much a mental focus. And also there's a feeling here of focusing on our goals, our plans, things we want to create for our life. And these two together talk about, over the next month, it being very important or very valuable to think about how we can stay focused on the task at hand or focused within the eye of the storm. So not allowing ourselves, choosing not to get swept up into the chaos or the drama that may be taking place in other people's lives around us. Maybe on the other side of the world, the things that we're hearing or seeing on the news, or the things that are playing out elsewhere. We've been really encouraged to stay focused on what I love to remind myself, especially if I'm getting swept up in any type of drama or I'm finding it difficult to stay focused on things that are important to me. I remind myself to tend to the nest. And tending to the nest for me is reminding me to focus on what's important for me. The things that I am responsible for, the things that I have the power to change or the power to create in my own life. So tending to the nest reminds me to focus on my stuff, focus on taking responsibility for me. There's something very nurturing about tending to the nest to me. So I love those words, they're beautiful. So the next month, but especially for Wednesday onwards, let's stay focused is our key or our message for Wednesday. So I trust that makes sense for you. So now I'm looking for the best card for the theme for Tuesday and Wednesday. Just do a time check. Yes, I have to not speak for too long. I got to go. So the best card for the theme. The theme card will help us see the bigger picture for Tuesday and Wednesday. So it will just bring these days together, help us see. It's always good, I find, to look at the bigger picture of things. We do tend to focus on the nitty-gritty details and the blowing everything out of proportion. I do feel that the bigger picture is a great way to sort of step back and look at our situation from a different perspective. And it's really valuable. So whenever you're pulling cards, it might help to pull a card for your bigger picture. What are you not seeing? What are we not seeing about what's going on? So the best card for the theme is this Speed of Light Oracle cards. Card, unless it's a theme, a featured card. It's the Dolphin. Card 10, Action Taking. I love this card. It's so inspiring to me. It says, move on, horizon, forward, and let go. Let go. We've been encouraged over Tuesday and Wednesday to let the sun set on old parts of our life now. You know, there might be some parts of our life where the sun has just been constantly setting. We can't quite just let that last bit go. We can't quite close the door. It's like we're jamming the door with our foot. And there's just something we're holding on to or something we're attached to, and we just can't quite let that last bit go. Well, it sounds like Tuesday and Wednesday, it would be great to think about and perhaps take action with moving our foot out of the door, letting the sun set on those old parts of our life. We have to let it happen, otherwise we're going to keep holding it in play. So as we let the sun set, we can say goodbye, we can grieve, we can feel the emotions that come up with shutting that door. We can feel those in their fullness. We're allowed to do that. And as the sun sets on old parts of our lives, as we close that old door, as we remove our foot out from the door, we actually let a new door open. And we let the sun rise on new parts of our life that are calling to become a part of our reality, a part of our experience. So we may have been talking about how we want changes to happen, how we want new opportunities, manifestations, abundance to come into our life. That's not going to come in if we're keeping the sun up, if we're keeping that door, that old door propped open. It's not going to come in, or not as fully as it could anyway. So we have to be able to, or willing to, let the old go, so the new can come in. And that's what this card's about. It's about action. You know, it's not about sitting on the couch just waiting for the flow to take over. We have to be proactive with our life. Even when we're going with the flow, even when we're trusting in the unfolding, we have to be proactive in our life's journey. Otherwise, it will just pass us by. So let's be proactive over Tuesday and Wednesday. There's a lot of action in this card. So it talks a lot about action, being proactive with what we need to do, especially in regards to letting go of parts of our life, parts of ourselves that don't align with who we are anymore, and welcoming new parts in. So there's a feeling here of, it feels very similar to the jellyfish. So the jellyfish came up for Tuesday, and that's very much about in the ocean and flowing with the currents and that sort of sensitive vulnerability that the jellyfish inspires. And the dolphin, of course, feels firmer and stronger in some ways, but there's still that ocean sort of connection here. And I feel that this is really important. So the ocean could represent our emotions, our emotional realm, or our creative realm as well. So what creative projects or endeavours or hobbies have you been thinking about beginning or starting or taking to the next level? So what's around for you? You can sit with it and allow it to come to life in the way that you need it. So take action, let the old door close, stop propping it open, stop making excuses as to why you can't let that thing go. Sometimes we've just got to bite the bullet and say, I just got to surrender this. I've just got to let it go. And see how things work out and trust in the unfolding. The universe always has our back. So I trust this makes sense for you. I've used my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These have been created by me. If you want to learn more about them, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. You can work with them together like this, or you can work with them on their own. Either way, it's totally fine. They're great decks to use, very easy. So thank you. If you enjoyed the video, you certainly know what to do. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website anytime that you want to. So thank you. If you want to learn more about me and the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So thanks so much for your support, and thank you for spending your precious time with me. Have a great couple of days, and I'll be back to share with you again very, very, very soon. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you, and namaste. Bye. Oh, where are we?